Are you looking for a great holiday gift? Pick up some Beats Studios, buds, wireless, noise canceling, compatible with your Apple and Android phones, built-in microphone, sweat resistant, Bluetooth headphones, spatial audio. Official Amazon link down below in the description. Very affordable.
Where to next?
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Back with some more Starfield adventures.
You've entered the clinic's space. Please dock or leave the area clear for incoming patients.
Now I just want to be clear here. It is a travesty that this game did not get nominated.
Welcomes all.
Not even a single nomination for Game of the Year. A travesty. Like, every time I play this game, I'm amazed. Just off visuals alone. And like I said in the beginning, to be honest, this capture isn't even really a capture straight from my console. This isn't a capture from the Series X. This video that I'm bringing to you here, this gameplay video, is actually a stream. This is a stream VOD from twitch.tv. And I'm kind of hard pressed. Kind of been thinking, like, I'm kind of baffled because truthfully, for this to be a stream, and when I think about my original Starfield videos, which are actually captures from the Series X from my external drive, I almost kind of feel like it looks better off of the stream. I don't know why, but it does, and I'm confused. I'm really confused because my streams are 1080p.
And in that year,
and when I capture from my external, it's in 4K. So I'm kind of baffled.
Need something? This place is a far cry from Aquila City. Hey, let's keep our voices down. The clinic doesn't exactly know I'm giving its supplies away. That being said, I've been expecting someone soon. I've heard Bayou really has a vice grip on Neon right now. I have some supplies I can give you. Should be more than enough for now, and it shouldn't draw any suspicion from the clinic. I'll have them loaded onto your ship.
A few extra supplies couldn't hurt.
Sorry, I can't do that. This is the most I can give you without drawing suspicion.
Look, I get it. You got your orders, I've got mine.
I hear you.
That's better. Can we move on to the part where you give it to me?
It might be okay. Ugh, I really shouldn't do this. If the clinic finds out... All right, you win. You're very persuasive. I can throw in a few extra supplies, but I'm not going to make this a regular thing, okay? They'll be loaded onto your ship.
That persuasion attempt went well. It's really, it's a shame all the hate that this game gets. Like, it's really a shame.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
Welcome to the clinic. I'm Dr. Darvish, Chief of Medicine. Is there something I can do for you?
I could use some medical supplies.
Then I suggest you seek out one of the many other facilities available to walk-ins. I'm afraid we don't often deal with minor cases. We have a particular focus on astrovirology here. So the patients we take on tend to have unusual cases that require long-term care, and sometimes require unorthodox or experimental treatments. We have an excellent track record that speaks for itself, but it doesn't leave room for much else. If you absolutely require medical supplies, speak to Dr. Salvato. We have very limited resources I would consider extra, and he would be the one to distribute them.
I'd like to help with your research.
Would you now? Well, I suppose we could always use additional research specimens. The more data we have about what's out there in the settled systems, the faster we can diagnose novel illnesses. In theory, at least. I suppose we could consider you an independent contractor of sorts. Analgesics can offer some novel pathways in helping us manage our patients' pain. More examples from the worlds around us would be helpful.
Where do I find the resources you need?
What we're looking for are basic organic substances. They could come from any number of flora or fauna on countless worlds across the settled systems. Just keep your eyes open as you travel and harvest things when you find them. Or frankly, if you can find them at a reasonable price somewhere, purchase them. I'm less concerned with the source than the materials themselves.
Game looks amazing.
Critical supplies would be nice to hear
Right,
once in
I
a
say
while.
this to myself every time I fire it up.
Hey,
it looks
what can I do for
amazing. Is it perfect? No, but
My mother wanted me to be a doctor.
it's darn good for a
doctor?
Bethesda game.
Mother's.
It's darn good, and they've made
A couple
quite
of years on
amount
duty
of
here,
titles.
and
So can I
anyone
actually
would be
say this is the
qualified to
best
run
looking
any
one?
other hospital in the settled systems.
Yes and no. It's kind of like
Never a dull moment.
it's really hard to say, especially if I'm gonna compare it to the Doom titles.
Are you the courier? You're not really supposed to be back here. You can just drop the delivery off by the docking port and someone will take care of it.
I'm not a courier.
Well, then you won't have Dr. Darvish breathing down your neck at least. But, well, we're not really set up for having folks just milling about in here. It is a medical facility, after all. If you could just do your best to steer clear of the doctors while they work and not interrupt things, I'd really appreciate it. And if you need anything, I'm right here, okay?
This must be an exciting place to work.
Oh, sometimes, sure. Somebody walks in or is dragged in with something we haven't seen before. You best believe it's all hands on deck. Have to find out if it's lethal or contagious, or both.
Don't you ever worry you might get sick?
I used to. I think we all did to some degree when we started working here. But really, how does worrying help when you've got people to treat? It just gets in the way. Bye for now.
But the concepts behind the game, the dialogue, the countless dialogue, the countless missions,
It must be
it's enough for
terribly
me.
frightening for
The
them.
countless systems that you can visit, it's enough for me.
Doctors still don't know when we'll be okay to leave.
Are you a patient here?
That I am. Lucky to be alive, apparently. Me and my brother here have been patients for going on, 4 or 5 months now? Good Lord. I, being the stronger and smarter one, am recovering quickly. Still sick as a dog, but the doctors let me roam around to visit my infirm brother here. He was in a coma for months. He's only now making some sort of recovery.
What happened?
This genius brother of mine was begging me to go on a hike with him on Aquila. He's a real outdoorsy type, you know. Now, being a man of letters, I didn't want to go, but he just kept yapping. So, we go on this hike, right? We don't know where the hell we're going. Well, we got lost, stranded with no food or water. I told him to pack food and water, but the fool forgot. Well, we start scavenging for some food to sustain us, and we come across this thing, like a plant, but I don't know what the hell the damn thing was. Looked tasty enough, so we ate it. Well, the damn thing nearly killed us both. Turns out, we weren't even that far from the city, so we were found by some passerby, and here we are. We got real lucky.
Well, at least you survived.
Yeah, well, not out of the woods just yet. Things have been pretty hairy for John here. But I think you're right. It'll take more than that to kill the Joseph brothers. Take care now.
Let's check on his brother. See if we can have a conversation.
Hey, buddy, I'm kind of suffering here. Can you leave me be?
Like any sick patient, doesn't want to be bothered.
The treatments
respected.
were fine, but the food? Oh, heavens.
Need to make sure those files are backed up.
It's crazy. Like I said, the concepts. It's just there's enough content in the game to satisfy my quench as far as gaming and entertainment.
If you're thinking about going into medicine, just be really sure before you commit to it.
Like I'm basically in a space station medical facility.
Dr. Darvish is really strict about keeping supply logs.
Hey, what's the worst
We
case you've
can't-
seen here?
Oh, we're not really supposed to talk about that kind of thing. Doctor-patient confidentiality and all that. Dr. Darvish is pretty strict about that. Well, about everything, but definitely that. Stay healthy.
His response was realistic. Not supposed to give patients information out.
Are you here for a procedure? The supplies I gave you are all I can spare.
Do you ever get a break?
I guess that depends on what you consider a break. We get some time to ourselves. We're not on call all the time, but we're never that far away from it either. Now that I think about it, I haven't actually left the clinic since I got the job. I actually hadn't really noticed.
Do you ever get homesick?
No, not really. This is my home now. The people here are wonderful, and the work we're doing is incredibly important. That's what really matters. Bye.
That's enough for now. Thank you for your time.
Can't let you in without proper authorization.
Any interest in asking the guards?
I figured that. I
Really?
seen the sign above
Again
the door.
with this whole thing?
You can't blame me for wondering. I know you
Is that just a security cam or security
No,
cam and
I don't
Tourette?
want anything to
Don't
do
want
with
to find
it.
out.
They were quite clear that it's none of our business.
Awful lot of money comes into this place on account of whatever research they do.
But this is basically what this
Have a good
is.
one.
A medical
There's
facility
certainly no shortage of things to do around here.
and a space station in space. Seems accurate.
Should I warm up the engines?
Definitely intriguing. And if you didn't know, if you really haven't seen it, yes, I put a new hull on the ship that I acquired when I acquired the Mantis spacesuit. It's a new hull. I like the hull better. Going to try to play this game more often so I can actually get into the shipbuilding aspect, because the shipbuilding, it's really complex, and I've seen some damn awesome builds. I've seen some really good builds out there. I've seen some amazing, unbelievable ships that was crafted, stuff that it's like You have to be, the community is really creative, especially when it comes to building. It looks like we've arrived at our destination in the Sol system, Venus.
See that cluster of ships? Varun Zealots. You ever run into one? Completely devoted to a deity they call the Great Serpent, the devourer of the unbelievers. I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us.
Why are Varun Zealots out here near Venus?
No idea. They appear and attack people seemingly at random. House Varun technically has diplomatic ties to the other factions, but the Zealots are outside of their control. Or so they say.
Do you see Vanguard Mora's ship anywhere?
No other ship readings in the area. And I doubt they'd be so calm if a Vanguard had flown by recently. No, but I think I see something else that might. There's a UC satellite beacon hovering distressingly close to those Varun ships. If we can get close enough to it, we could download its logs and figure out where our Vanguard was heading to next.
So we need to get to the beacon without being attacked.
Exactly. Minimal ship power. Go slow. We grab the data on that satellite and jump away.
Minimize ship system power to avoid detection. Systems like weapon shields are easier to detect for maximum stealth. Power down all systems except 1 or 2 bars in your engine and stay as far away from enemy ships as you can. Sounds about easy enough. We should be able to do this. Stealth ship run. I do like the space combat, especially. I actually had a mission where it's a lot of space combat. Tried it several times, but I was getting my tail kicked. So I opted out to do a different mission. Made me change playing the course. I'm going to try to continue on with that mission once I upgrade this ship some more, or till I get another ship. Hopefully get a better ship that could combat those enemy fighter ships better, because they sure was tearing me apart. Nice up close look at Venus. See the resources here. And a nice look at our solar system.
And cast the accursed into shadow.
Venus just looks crazy. And so does this asteroid field. It's crazy. So they're basically saying that there's an asteroid field near Venus. I never knew that. It's quite interesting. Let's approach this beacon slow and steady. I've always loved space games. If you check my playlist, you'll see that. If you go check out my Elite Dangerous playlist, my Mech Warrior, which it's mechs, but it still takes place across the cosmos. Love the traveling and basically going from system to system before you engage on each planet, working for different factions, trying to gain factions' control over other factions throughout the cosmos. It's just visually amazing. Like I said, it's really really, really insulting that this didn't even get not even a nomination for Game of the Year. Like I said, there's so many like great components that this game has besides just the visuals, and to not get a nomination is just, it is what it is. Not gonna dwell on it. For me, it's definitely in there. I definitely can easily say for 2023, this is definitely like one of the best games that has came out this year. Have I played everything? No. Do I know about everything that has came out this year? Absolutely. It's been some fantastic games. As much as everybody raves and rants over Baldur's Gate 3, that game is just not for me. It's not the type of game that really would interest me or I'm interested in. But everybody else loves it. And it's like that for me with Starfield.
To all UC affiliated ships, I'm heading to the Nova Galactic Starbase orbiting ground mode. Yeah, I know. The whole place is decommissioned. And I need parts for emergency repairs. Hopefully it hasn't been picked clean yet.
Oh, that's not good. Earth and everything around it was abandoned a long time ago. And the old star yards are crawling with spacers and other scavengers.
Just off of side quest alone, the amount of time that it could possibly take to finish this game is insane. Yeah, you could rush through it and end it in a few hours, but it's like, why? Why would I want to do that when I can literally like land on just about any like celestial body that is capable for you to land on and explore and see what it has to offer as far as what's on the surface of each body. Like it's insane. As well as keep leveling up. Let's go on and jump to the next system.
There it is. Nova Galactic Star Yard, still orbiting Earth's moon. This is where the first interstellar ships were made. People still use their modules, even though their star yard hasn't been running in forever.
What happened to Earth anyway? Why'd we leave it?
It's all ancient history now, but the Earth lost its atmosphere. It started sputtering out into space. Humanity had about 50 years to evacuate the planet. That's kind of how the United Colonies government started, managing the exodus. Earth is more or less a dust ball now. You can occasionally find a few remnants of the world we left behind on the surface, but not much.
Let's see if Vanguard Mora is in that star yard.
Keep your weapons ready. Never know who else might be scavenging
Most
there.
star stations and ships can be docked with, allowing you to board them. You will need to select the ship in your HUD and then fly close enough to it so that the dock prompt appears. Luna, moon of Earth, Soul System. Hope you all had a good one. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, peace and be well. Noob out.